Know how do I configure business rule and what is the way to navigate
Okay. So here we need to write you can get it under system definition.
business rule? Yes. In under system definition, we get business rule. The moment I say new, what happens?
It will take us to the business rule.
Yes. But would the table be populated from here? No, right?
No, no.
Okay. So we will. I have my requirement is today we will write business rules with only configuration, like I said previously, with
Okay.
only configuration, and then we will implement the same thing without with scripts. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So whatever is possible by us with configuration, we will do with configuration. This is the best practice. Okay. Whatever
Okay.
is not achievable through configuration, we will do that through the script. Okay. First, we look into configuration. First, we check if it's configurable, right?
Yeah.
So I have a requirement where I have to set up the. I have a business rule that it states. Probably we'll write a business rule which says that for if the request is asset management admin, okay,
Okay.
it should get assigned to a default group. Okay, like that is asset management team, right?
Yeah.
If the request is asset management, admin management, right? Admin management. The request should get assigned to admin team, right? Okay. So what are we going to do? What is the specific group that we have? Let's just check. Yeah. So we go to the asset team here and asset table, and then in here we had created two groups, right? One is asset admin and one is asset admin management. Correct?
I think we had created only one.
No. What has happened is I have just probably I have just migrated the update set to this instance. Okay.
Okay.
So in yeah, because it was not letting me. So it was some issues with the database key because of my HR implementation that I had done here. So that is what. So
Okay.
what I will just assign it to help desk now. In tomorrow's session, I will have those groups created. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So probably we will say this gets assigned to help desk now.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, yeah. See, what I was saying through configuration is that since we have all these details available, there is possibility of just configuring it without writing in script, right? So
Yes.
probably shall we say set assignment. Also, when you give the names to the business rule, give it in camel case like this. Okay.
Okay.
Set assignment group. Okay. Something like that. So what is our table? Asset management table. And so if I click on advanced, what it would give me? It would give me the advanced section where I can write the script, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I said I don't. We don't want to. We don't want to write any explicit configurations, but we have to configure it. So whenever somebody creates a new request on this table, the assignment group should be help desk, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So I mean, can we do that now here? So what should be the condition and what should be the database operation?
Before insert.
Exactly, before insert, correct. So let's see. If the state is new, we haven't created a new state, is it?
Yeah.
What happens to this when we? Okay, the state is open. We have to create one new state, and also we have to create a close state, okay, for the scheduled job tomorrow session.
Okay.
Okay, I'll create the choice. So and if you see here, so before insert we know the condition when to run, what is the state values and all of those things. So we have something called in actions we have something called as set field values.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so there we set the assignment group.
Okay.
What is the assignment group? Help desk.
I'll-
Okay, then can we save it? Let's create a new record. See, once we say, we have the help desk auto populated, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, now I just want to tell you that it is auto populated, and probably if you just want to put some error to the user, right?
Yeah.
In that case, what will happen? Let's probably this is auto populated, right? Now in
Yeah.
here there is something called as set about action.
Okay.
Okay, now what will happen if you click on set about action? I am not setting any values. See, there could be conditions where probably we can say that uh, I mean, like, when we are assigning any values, and we are doing a set value, right? So if I do a set about action means what will happen, the operation will not occur.
Okay.
Yes, are you following? Am I confusing somewhere?
No, no, no. Like
Okay.
if you enable above option, it will not take the filter condition which we had applied, right?
Yes, it will not check the condition which we had applied.
Oh, oh,
Okay, so see, while insert it happens. Okay, now if you want an additional message saying that help desk, I mean, this message will just give you, like, the default let's see. Now once again, default assignment group gives this help desk. So what happens, as soon as when the record gets created, you put up a default message, right?
oh, yeah, yeah.
Correct. So what happens now in this case, I'm going to revert it. Now if I say, so we will just create some request, and it is going to give us the default assignment group, and it will put us some message. Okay. Now, okay, see, the default assignment group is this. This is the message. Now we will revert it. Now when we say, I'm going to deactivate this business rule, or probably I'm going to say if the assignment group is not help desk. Okay. I'm going to create a before insert business rule. If the assignment group is not helped us, then in that case, we should not create a request. A request should
Okay.
not get created on this table. So how do we do that?
So here we need to just use the condition like it.
Are we going to set any value, or are we going to put filter conditions? We will put filter conditions, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I, see, set value we did that. If the state is this, set the assignment group to this. Now my requirement has changed. What they say is, whenever they are opening a request, okay, a request is opened
Ah,
on
yeah,
this table, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and the assignment group is not help desk. So that's why
Okay.
I'm confusing, so that you understand much better. You stop wherever it is confusing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, so my requirement has completely changed now, that whenever a request is created on this table, and if it is not help desk, they should not be able to create a request, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what I do I set value, or do I put up a filter condition?
We need to set the field value, like set value.
Yes, we first put the filter condition. If you see, we are just filtering the record from the entire table, right? That's
Yes,
filter condition. So what we say, state is open, and and means both of these conditions should be met, correct?
yes.
If I say or,
Either one of
condition
them.
should be met. Yes.
Yeah.
So in my case, it is and. Okay. Now let's see. Help desk. Here, I am just removing this condition. Okay. And we don't want any message. Okay. So we are just seeing that if the state is this and assignment group is not this, then probably set about the action. Now what we do in that case?
And can we also add the message along with this? Like,
Sorry.
can we also add a message along with the about action, right? To
Yes, you
inform the
can
user.
have the yeah, sure. You can have. But I am
Okay.
going to do a set about action, meaning to say the record should not get inserted. Okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Despite doing this, we will have an issue to. The business. My assumption is that it will not run. Let's see why it's not run. Let's see if you can guess it. Okay. Now, okay, I set this and I save it. Why do I save it? It's an
like then
invalid
on
insert.
only business rule will get right. I mean setting only right. While inserting the data only
Yes,
business.
but as an end user, what I thought that this is mandatory and this is mandatory, but assignment group is not mandatory, so I'm not setting it,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But in this condition, we should have had made our assignment group also mandatory, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what happens whenever the requester raises a request, he will just raise the request and also along with it, he will set the group. Now, can we
Okay.
say if it is help desk? Can we just do this? Now, if we do, so this is confusive, right? I mean, like whatever is mandatory should have, it should have been mandate to the end user, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So we should make fields whichever are mandatory on the form mandatory,
And
correct?
also the fields which are
Hmm.
having business rules also to be keep as mandatory or
Yes, that's what. Whatever was mandatory for our end user to fill in, he should have filled this, right?
yes, yes.
So now I'll just take you through a quick recap. You see, and one more thing, this could even be done through the assignment rule. Like if the request is asset management, probably set the default group to the help desk.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be done through the assignment rule as well. I just want you to make familiar with the business rule. That's why I'm just making familiar so that we can once we move across, we will go through the advanced script. Yeah. Okay. Now in the same thing. Now what do we do? I mean, like, can we achieve this with the script now? Can we do that? Yes. So what I'm going to do, same thing we are achieving through script. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So it is additional values, right? Which whatever is configurable. If it is like setting values, assignment group, whatever is configurable by set values, we could have that done. If it is not really achievable through configurations, only then we go on to the scripting. So that is one of the best practices. Okay.
Okay.
So now what we do, now state is open, action we haven't set anything, and advanced is this. Okay. Now, how will I access this record in the business room?
Using glide,
Sorry, Mithun, I'm not able to hear you.
using glide.
Glide. Okay, is glide very necessary? Because if let me just open. Because if I just open this record, it is going to see, okay, I'm opening this record. I write
Okay.
a glide record in the background script. Okay. Let
Okay.
me tell you, is it going to give me the new record, which is not created? If you
No,
observe one thing, if I the moment I click on new, what happens?
it will open up a new tab.
New record, but do you think it would have any sys ID?
No, it won't. It won't.
It's
Until and unless.
minus, yes, -1, right? In that case, how can I access the record in business rule? Because it's not there in the table, right? Yet,
Okay.
until and
Okay.
unless we have it created, it is not there in the table. So
Yeah,
how
yeah,
are we
yeah.
going to access that?
Again, G underscore from.
G underscore form is a client side. Okay. So there are four. There is no specific syntax in business rule. Okay, but
Okay.
there are four global variables. Okay, I would say four global variables that can be used in specifically business rules. One is current. Okay, current means it will access in the current record. It would access even this record.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
wherever our wherever our script should run, it will access that specific record. Current means no matter what, it will access this record. In this case, I gave current, and what is the value that I'm setting? That is the state is open, right?
Mm.
And I'm doing a before insert business rule, correct?
Yes.
So what will happen in that case? It would, can I say that it is going to fetch this record? The current variable will fetch this record.
Yes.
Yes. In other condition also, if I had set another condition, like if no state is pending and so, and if I say current, what value would it fetch if I'm going to just change this? Okay. If state is pending and if I say current, which value do you think it would fetch? Would it
Uh,
fetch this record?
yes. Like
Would
it
it
will be.
fetch this? No, what I'm saying, I said that my state is this, okay? Before
Okay.
insert business rule, okay? State is
Okay.
open, okay? So before insert business rule means before insert, this is going to happen, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
if I, with the current keyword, I'm going to fetch this record in
Yes.
business rule, right?
Yeah.
Correct,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, understood. Now, I'm changing the state to something as state is pending. Okay, let's suppose state
Okay.
is pending and
Okay.
before insert business rule, and I'm going to say with the current keyword, right? If I'm just using current keyword,
Okay.
do you think
Yeah.
it would fetch these two records that are in pending state?
Yes. Yes. It should. It should.
It would fetch.
Yes. Yes. But
Look
before
at the,
insert,
yeah, look
like
at the condition.
before insert means it wouldn't have the pending state, right? It will be like new or open. Pending is
Exactly
like
that.
update. If it is like update or anything, then we can.
Yes, yes, that's what. Look at the condition. But if I say before this, would it then fetch? And the current
Yeah.
is the keyword and state is pending, and in here would this help us fetch these records, the pending records?
In this case also, like it wouldn't I can like it is saying like before update only, right? And in
Yes,
this case,
before update only. It's not going to be a new record, right? Before
yes. Yes.
insert means it was a new record. Before update means we are doing some update and some updates is running on the record, or
Okay.
probably we
Okay.
want to have something set values, we want to have something removed or something. So what it is going to do, it is going to run the script on the existing
Yeah.
records
In
and
this case,
doing
it
a
will.
before update
Yeah. In
and
this case,
doing a,
it.
it would fetch, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So now, so through current, we will be able to access the records. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That is one of the global variables, means access the records. Another thing is previous. We have something called as previous, means in business rule. Now, if I say in record, right? Probably if we say the impact is now 3. Okay. Now I'm going to change impact to 2. Okay. So what will happen is, let's just what is going to happen is, now impact was 3 and now it is 2. So if I want to be able to access any value, field value, before before what, any changes on the field value, then I will access what, previous, right?
Yes.
If I want to know what was the value of impact previously, then I'm going to use the keyword as previous to
Okay.
fetch the previous value of a field, right?
Yes.
Don't worry, we are going to implement all of these in our business room. Okay. Before, so when I say current and previous, you shouldn't be surprised as to what are these, right?
Yeah.
Within the
Yeah.
script. Okay. So to fetch the previous value of a field, right? So this will help me do that. Next is GS, means glide system. GS means gliding. Now we know some API called as glide record, right? That's a server side API. Correct.
Yeah.
Now within the system, if you want to access any information within the tool,
Okay.
right? So probably if you want to see within the tool, if you want to see what is the time,
Okay.
right? User time or something like that. Or if you want to exactly, one more thing. If I want to use if I want to use user details in business rule, how am I going to get current logged in user? These
Okay.
details, how will I get? I can access through GS, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But in client script, we access like G underscore form dot,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Get
So
details.
in business side, yeah, in business side, in service side, sorry, in service side, how are we going to access that? We will do a glide system, correct?
Yeah.
So this is one of the another API that I would say. Glide glide record was one server API, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now glide system is another server API. Like how you can access information. API means nothing but what is API? How it gives you the standard way of how we could make a request, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Request initiation, I could say. So like within the standard way, if you make some request initiation, it is going to execute and give it to you, right? There is, like, predefined set of rules of how the request has to be made. That's what we call as API, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now for glide records, what do you say? Can you glide record is an API, and I said object. So we went through few methods in glide record last time, right? So
Yeah.
what are the methods of glide record? I'm just making you much a little familiar so that you guys don't get confused. Okay? What are the methods in glide record that we saw? We saw add query, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Add query, and we saw query, and we saw encoded query, correct?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Encoded query, and then we saw what? We saw something called a set row count
Um.
method. Like in the
I,
background script, we saw how many records we have. Some 480
yeah.
came up,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are the methods within this API. Now, what is API? We know. Okay, we have to glide record into the table. Okay, we
Okay.
did. Okay, with using, we initiated a new keyword where new glide record so and so. We created an object, right?
Yes.
But If we want to fetch some certain details, there is a certain method that we have to follow, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
For set row count, I will put up an add query and then I'll do a query. Once it does executes the query, only then I'm going to get the row count in that specific table, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Though I have added query and I'm doing a query, without this method, can I get the row count?
No.
No. So these are the methods of how we can access the information from the table, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is glide system means we can access any information from the system. Information from the system. Okay. And is GS a question to you? Is GS a server side or client side script?
It's server side only.
Yes, it is a server side. So interview question. It is a server side object, probably to say. Okay. Is current client side or server side?
All these are server side only, like
Server
business.
sides. Yes. All these are server sides only. And last thing is that I want to say is G underscore scratch. When I say G underscore scratch pad, remember I had told you that we need to access information from being on client side, but the information has come to should come to us from server side. So we are
Yeah, yeah.
requesting. This is just to get the
Detail.
to fetch the information from server side, right? Information from from server side. Okay. So when I say means like I said you right that if I am the user and it has and I need certain details pertaining to the record, this request is record, like their location, probably their managers, their email, and so on so things. Right? This is client. So imagine I have few fields here and it should auto populate, right? So what I said, what would be the input as a request to the server in that case?
Pawnee, can you repeat the question again?
I said that I have to get a few information from the server. I know this user's mail, location, and so and so. Let me just open up this record.
We need backend value of the refer the table.
Before the table, see, I want to get the details. Probably, do we have manager here? Let me just. One second. How am I going to get user manager? How am I going to get managers? This user's manager in this table?
By gliding the user table from that we can the manager
No,
detail.
no. I'm configuring the form layout of user
Okay, okay.
table
By clicking the by taking
manager.
the character list. Yeah,
Manager. But do you see something called as these fields are highlighted in green and we have a plus icon?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What are they? They are the reference field
Okay.
of this specific user table. Now let me just open up. One second. I'll just show you. See, department is a reference table, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Reference field. So in department, if I so this is referring to a department table. So this is the reference field. In reference field, we have certain details, right? We can get the name, we can get the ID, we can get the description, we can get the department head, primary contact, and so on.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, yes.
Likewise, user will also be a reference field and manager is also going to be a reference field. Now let's configure this layout. I got this manager detail. Oh no, before doing that, I want to tell you another thing. So, before it, let's put location here. I'm going to put. So, I want to access manager's first name or full name and manager's email.
Okay.
Only these details. Then, how am I going to do? I'm going to click on this icon. And do you see something called expand the selected reference field? This one, the
Yeah.
tree kind of an icon. Click
Yeah.
on that. Yeah. When you click on that, it will give you details. See, it is going to give you details with managers field.
Okay.
Okay. So what I said, I want to fetch this guy's email, correct?
Yeah.
And I
Correct.
want to fetch his first name or user ID. Can we fetch user ID of this guy? Yes, we can fetch the user ID. And what else do we need? Uh, yeah, this is sufficient enough for now. Okay. Now I'm getting all of these details. So do you see something called as manager.email, manager.user ID?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So they are something called as dot walk. Means I can dot walking means it's like accessing the information. Confusing? Is it confusing now?
No. No. No.
Accessing the information from a reference field means dot walk means what? Here in this case, I am just going to do. Okay. Now I'll do this dot walking in a background script so that you will understand much better. I
Okay.
will have to write a script. Okay. I'm
Okay.
going to write a script, right? So in that, I'm going to glide record to this user, that is Rachel, this user. Okay. I'm going to get. The moment I get their details, what I have to do is I have to fetch her manager. I have to fetch her manager's user ID and email ID. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
So, is it necessary that I will have to glide record into, Rachel's manager's user record, or can I just do a dot work,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yes.
a connection, right? It's a connection for me. So, I'm going to Rachel's. So, I fetch the user ID. In Rachel's user ID, if I configure the form layout in here, it is going to give me her manager's user ID,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that is dot walking, and it is going to give me manager's email, right? And
Yeah.
if I want to also know Rachel's manager's manager, can I do a dot walk there also?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, this is going to be my primary key. Her manager is going to be another dot walk, and her manager's manager is going to be another dot walk,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is way of accessing information of a from a reference field. Okay, like how
Yes.
we could access, not necessarily we have to glide record into the user table on and on and on, right?
Yes. Yes.
I'll show how we access the information. So now we are okay with dot walking.
Yeah.
Means from accessing one specific record, we are accessing other information relevant to this user. So what I am saying is, in case of dot walking, we should have a connection, right?
Yeah.
Interconnection.
Yeah.
Now let me just quickly configure this form layout. Otherwise, you will say, "Hey, I'm getting confused." So it's understandable, right?
Yes. Yes. And dot working is a part of business rule or something.
Dot walking is server side.
Okay. And it is also part of business rules, right? Like by
Yes,
fixing.
yes. You can use in business rule. You can use in glide. Mostly, it is used in glide record. Okay. So
Okay.
you can, if I say glide record, no, yeah, I mean mostly it is used in
Background,
glide records queries.
background business rules, right?
Sorry.
In background also we can use that, right?
Oh yeah, in
Background.
background you can use. See what I said the other day. Background is for you to know how the script is executing, how the script is behaving, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can do a set value there, and you can do a get value and all of those things there, right? So
Yes. Yes.
we configured. Okay, let me just. I don't have a manager or what. Okay, so we don't have a manager for her.
And Darling, how can we segregate? Here it is showing us email and user ID itself, right?
Here, right? It should show managers. See, it is showing manager's email. Okay. If
Okay,
you
in the
click
list.
on the help desk, manager's email, it would show manager user ID. But I'm
Okay.
wondering why it is not showing anything in here. Just a second.
If we check whether the HM is like whether the user is signed in or not.
Manager, yeah, that's what. We just connect. Or probably we have to assign. We'll put all of these things in manager details only so that it can get confused. She doesn't have a manager. Probably we'll set one. Okay. Who are we going to set? This one. Okay. Now see, the moment I say Alan, it is going to give me Alan's user ID and Alan's email.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now we will access this information in dot working in background script. End of the session. Okay. So we will come back here. So I said that I want to be able to set. I mean, like I have to restrict the user from creating a new record if the assignment group is not help desk. Correct.
Oh,
So in that case, what am I going to do?
we need to define the request status in this one.
No, we are going to see assignment group, right? I am seeing the filter conditions I already put that the state is open. Before
Okay.
insert, I'm going to do. Okay, and
Okay.
just remove this. And actions, I'm not going to set any value. What was my condition? I have to see the assignment group, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
So, how am I going to access the assignment group value? Backend value, right? So,
Yeah.
that current dot assignment group is not this
Okay.
current dot. See now we are dot walking, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Current record, that record's assignment group is not this. So that's a dot walk, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Assignment group is not equal to not equal to means how are we going to put?
Exclamatory is something.
Yes, is not equal to what is now here help desk, right?
Yes,
The reference field of the value of a reference field is what? Is it going to be this name or the SysID?
this ID.
SysID, correct? Because it is an other record in itself, right?
Yes,
It is like another record and it has all of the details. If you see any other fields, the backend value is going to be something and the front end value is going to be something in the form of text. But in case of reference field, the display value will be text, but the actual backend value is going to be a SysID.
yeah, yeah,
Correct? I
yes.
copied the SysID. Now I'm pasting the SysID here. Then, now what am I going to do?
We need about the
Action. Current dot set abort action. See, set a flag to indicate the next database action is to be aborted. That is in case of insert, update, delete. Correct?
yeah, yes, yes.
I'm going to set this and I'm going to put true. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see now if this is going to help us. So the moment you say put -1, it is going to give you new record from that table. Not
Yeah.
necessarily all the time you have to go here and click new. Okay. Now,
Okay.
so this is the we'll choose in our case we'll choose something else, not help desk. Okay, this we are going to choose. See. It's giving an invalid insert,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
if I say help desk, okay,
And
why? No. Yes, Madhu. Default insert. Current data assignment is this and is not equal to this. We are going to put an if condition as necessary. Did we save this record first of all?
yeah, like we get saved it.
No, I don't think we saved it. Let's see now. We'll do a refresh. It's going to give an invalid insert. Okay. And if I say help desk, invalid insert again. Fine. Hmm. This is the society. This is this. What to do? Wrong. Option true. Okay. Do we have to put this? Okay, let's see. If let's put an if condition in here. If we are going to fetch all of this here, it's always good to come across such things so that we will learn better. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, one thing going forward also, if at all you're doing any scripting, don't really get panicked or if something is not really working. Okay, not everyone has to know everything at the same time. So you will learn. So the more mistakes you make, the more you would learn. Yeah? But
Yes. Yes.
let's see. Mm, okay, it should give me. Mm, God. Yeah, do you
Now it
see
is.
this? Yeah,
Yes.
but one more thing. We'll do otherwise. And one more thing, whatever you build, right, do a testing. Opposite
Okay.
ways you
Okay.
should do. Okay, opposite way. The way it shouldn't work, it's make sure it is not really working. And the way it should
Okay.
work, make sure it's working. Whatever
Okay.
you build, the minute things that you build, right, you should do a test. Only then, I mean, like, you will be confident about saying that you have done right. And while
Yeah.
testing, right, and while testing, you will come across many things that you didn't expect to come. So it
Okay.
would be more efficient of you to write a script at then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now let's see. Oh, sorry. If I do another capacity management or something, then I set the requester. It should give me an invalid
Error.
insert. Invalid insert. Now this is fine. So what do you think is was the best one to do? Configuration or the script in this case? In this case specifically, I'm saying.
Like if it is like if it is can be configurable, it will be the best, and if not, then limiting that way
Yes,
coding.
right? Because we achieve the same functionality in either ways. That is configuration and the
Refresh and
script. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, in lesser time, see, of course, scripting is good to learn, but ServiceNow always says, see, wherever it is configurable, do the configuration, don't do scripting. Scripting is like an additional burden on the server side, right?
Yes. Yes.
Configuration means it's already there and you're just going ahead and configuring. Otherwise, it's like another round of execution for the server. So it will
Yeah. Yeah.
check the
And found.
condition, do all these. It will come. It is seeing any set values. No, nothing is here. Then it comes to the script. Then it will go line by line. That if this is not this, then I'm going to set about the action.
Like
Okay.
if you want to set the field as mandatory, which we done earlier,
Yes.
we had set the assignment group to help us by default, right? Whenever a case is opening. So can we
Uh,
do that using
yes. Can we do that using the assignment rule?
script?
You mean to say?
Yeah. Assignment
Oh
group
yeah.
to help test status
Yeah,
done.
we can do. We can do. So in our case, we will create an assignment rule. But before that, what we have to do here first, when the record gets created, we are going to create the assignment rule and we'll put up the help desk as the assignment group. But what if somebody removes and saves the record? We have to make this mandatory in any case, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, first let's set the assignment group and I'll probably will check. So we will deactivate this business rule for now. Yeah. Now I'm going to set the assignment rule. We have something called as assignment rule. So this is the assignment lookup rules and assignment. I'm just going to open these two. This is data lookup rule. Okay, means if it is assigned to Fred Letty, what is this step and all of those details here. Assignment lookup rule. In which table are we going to write? What is our
Only your
case in our?
voice is breaking.
Oh, am I audible now? Am I audible now, Madhu?
Yeah, it is now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
assignment rule. I was saying that assignment rule. In which table am I going to write?
Yeah. And asset table, right?
Yes. Set assignment group applies to this table. Correct?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to say another condition. I'm going to say status,
Open
then assigned to.
group help desk.
Yes. Yes. I have deactivated the value. Sorry, deactivated the business rule. Okay, it's not active.
Okay.
Okay, just to see that our assignment rule is working. Okay, and I'm going to refresh this record. See,
Yeah.
this is better. Assignment rule, assignment group. You write an assignment rule. Okay, that is one thing.
Yeah.
What I was asking is that okay, we created a record and we have set the value assignment group populated with assignment group. Now there are chances that they remove the assignment group and they do a save and they prolong, right? It goes to work in progress without an assignment group. It goes to closed even without an assignment group. Is that valid?
Yeah. No.
Why? So in that case, what we have to do?
We can make the field mandatory.
Yes, that's what I was saying. That means no matter whatever the state, the field has to be mandatory.
Yeah.
Right? See, now without the assignment group, I mean, even if the state is in work in progress, the assignment group is not there. So, is this a valid scenario? No,
No.
right? So,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? How are we going to make this assignment group mandatory?
By configuring dictionary.
Yes,
Mandatory
this
class.
is coming
Yeah.
from task table. So,
Yeah.
we are not, in that case, what we will do? We are going to write a dictionary override, right?
Yeah.
That in the asset management table, what is this dictionary override that we already have? Okay, we did override reference qualifier and we will do mandatory and we are going to set mandatory.
Yeah.
Reference qualifier, yeah, we are going to do this. Okay. Now let's see if it's going to be mandatory in all the cases. Is it confusing, Mithun?
No.
Let's open up a new record. Now
Yeah.
we will create, and we are just going to create this. It is going to set the assignment group. Assignment group is not filled in our
Yeah.
case. Why? Though we
It is
have
a
assignment. Yes, it is a mandatory field, and so before insert, it's not happening. So
okay.
now we did mandatory. Again, I have a question. Now, I want to make assignment group mandatory only if the state is not in open. Then
Mm,
I'll
We
remove
need
it
to add
here.
the features. We need to add it to features.
No. Adding mandatory, setting visible, setting read only. We have another thing that I told you.
Client script.
We can do that through client script, but I said another one. UI policies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See, make assignment group mandatory. It has. So we will. What is this? Let's check. And we will click one thing new. See, assignment group is mandatory. It doesn't have any condition. Okay. In our case, I am saying assignment group should be mandatory only if the state is not open, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's say make assignment group mandatory. What if the state is what? Not
Open.
new. Sorry, yeah, open. State is not open means we will have the assignment rule running as soon as the record gets created. We have the
Yeah.
assignment rule right before the
Yes.
insert, so it will not check for the mandatory condition there. Only if it is not in new, it is going to be the mandatory. It is going to be mandatory, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
so um, means the form will load. Global is true. Reverse if false means if state is not open. If state is open, assignment group is not going to be mandatory. That is reverse if false. Okay. On load
Okay.
means when the form loads that it has to execute. Now let's quickly make a field name is assignment group, right?
Yeah.
And mandatory. Now can we say that? Now you see. Now do you see this? So I set the requester, and from the assignment rule, I'm going to have the help desk coming in, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Then when I clearly observe, then when I move the status to work in progress, see it is becoming mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is valid, right?
Yes. Yes.
See, first thing, one main thing that I want you to understand is if at all you want to make any field read only, visible, mandatory. If it's, see, dictionary override was working, it was working fine. Of course, it was working fine, but we didn't have a feasibility to say that this dictionary override should run in which state, right?
Yes. Yes.
So in that case, we have an additional filter condition feasibility available in UI policy, right? That if the condition is so and so, then make this mandatory. Correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So now again, if I'm not going to make this, where's the record? If this now see, just if this is open again, it becomes non-mandatory.
Yeah.
Correct? So is it okay? I mean, do you understand
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
assignment rule, business group. Tomorrow again we
Yeah.
will go through scenarios in business rule, and especially we'll do dot walking. Okay. So see,
Okay.
in this business rule itself that we saw, one thing is that the dot walking, that current dot
Yes. Yes.
assignment group,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
if you try executing few things in the background script. Do one thing, go to the background script, glide recording to some user table, okay? Configure like their manager and so and so. Then
Okay.
just glide record in there, just try getting the value
Okay.
of. this users manager of this and do a gs.print in background script. If you want to get the output, you do a gs.print. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay then. Tomorrow we'll catch up at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And we'll go through a few other scenarios in business rule. It's not is was it confusing anywhere? Just stop me anytime. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, we'll go through business rule tomorrow because business rule is very important and it's better that we understand from the basics. Once again, we'll go through that and then we'll move on to other topics.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, sure. Mithun. Catch you tomorrow, same time. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Tom.
And what about Vanshika?
Not having any information about her. Like last time when I
Mm-hmm.
had like she said that she had gone through the sessions and all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like a little bit sessions are still need to like uh, need to go through that like that. And after that,
Oh.
they have about with her like
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And at what time does the shift start, Mithun? Is it at
mine,
af- it starts at 9, is it?
mine or her. Like I didn't.
Your work shift
My
timings.
my my shift started 1:30 afternoon, 1:30 to 10:30.
Oh, 1:30 to 10:30. Okay. I thought it may, I mean, if at least if she was free, we can conduct session in the night, right? Like around 9 p.m. IST, if both of you are free or something like that. But it wouldn't be
Like
feasible for you also, right?
it is fine for me. Like sometimes we are like I don't have any meetings post 6 o'clock.
Okay, okay. No, I was just thinking about Vanshika as well, if she will be available because
No,
she
like
wanted to
she,
learn.
yeah, yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
is having meetings from evening 7 to some 10 o'clock like that. Like one day we
Oh,
thought of practicing. She was
okay.
free by got free by around 10 or 10:30 around like that time.
Mm-hmm. So weekends, are you guys free?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm not having any plans like that.
Okay, so what we'll plan is in weekend specifically she wanted to see about the reporting, right? So that's what
Yeah,
we'll
yeah, yeah. We
conduct once in weekend session. Probably this session let it end up when we move on to the variables and the kind of reporting. We will conduct weekend like 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. That should be good, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll let you know priorly which weekend we do because I don't want her to miss on the reporting because specifically she was asking it's relevant to her work, right? So that's
yeah,
why I
yeah,
was just wondering. Yeah.
yeah. And
So what I'll yes,
like using ServiceNow, we will create some end user portals, right, for raising tickets and all, like internal.
within
How can
ServiceNow we will create.
uh, some supporting portals, right, for raising incidents are related to passwords and all.
Yes, yes.
From where we need to configure? Is it
Within the portal you mean to say?
only the third party URL will be there where we can log in using our email or an office email or anything like that, and
So
we
that
can
is
on.
through inbound integration. Now we can.
Okay,
That's what I was saying. See, to what I am going to do is that's why I said in asset management table the entry to raise this request will be from three sides mainly. One from backend, that is this,
yeah,
right? Another
from
thing
one.
is we are going to create one from portal. That's the entry
Yeah,
point. So in order to create portal, remember I told you we are going to create record producer.
yeah,
Yes, so
yeah,
the moment they submit the request on the portal, it's going to get submitted here,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
And the third thing that I'm going to take it through is the email. The moment we send an email to this instance, right, the one that's highlighted from here to here, right,
okay,
the moment you
yeah,
send an email from Gmail, whatever it could be, you send an email to this
yeah.
and you have a specific keyword, it should create a record in this table.
And one more query is like how the URL is created for the custom application. Like we are having internal application where
Okay.
user tries any query, like any issue, like regarding password or any vulnerability issues or anything like that to HR
Okay.
or any other department, like IT department or any other thing.
Yeah.
Like how the URL of that particular custom portal was created. Like is it with service portal or service now
It's
or
it
something?
it would not be service portal. It would be like, the moment you click on the record link, you mean to say it opens up a form.
Yes, 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 yes. We are having
Yes,
to.
then it would be service portal form. Click
Okay,
here
okay.
means then it would be service portal form. If they are
Like we are.
directly sending if they are directly sending an email to some other email address, then it is inbound email integration.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Actually, the scenario is like we are having a custom portal which
Hmm.
originated from services.
So
Over
it
there we
would be
are.
it. The URL would be from the portal. The URL
Oh,
will be from portal.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Like can we make custom portals as well? Like can we make
Uh, yeah, you can make portal. Service portal is from default. So when we are coming to record producer, I'll take you through the default one, and we can make custom portals as well for
okay, okay,
that client specification. Yeah,
okay, okay,
we can
okay,
do that. Yeah, once
okay,
we go through the record producer and things, you'll be able to understand much better.
okay, fine.
So
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. So any other thing?
And no problem.
Okay. And you had asked me for the CV, right? So is it okay if I
Yes.
can share you somewhere around in the weekend? Please don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No issues with
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. Sure. I'll do that. Yeah.
yeah,
So yes, we'll meet up tomorrow at the same time. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Fine, fine, fine.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Thanks, Mithun.
Thanks.